Where in the trek is Ronnie cooking now? Okay, so now I've picked a recipe and I've prepped for it. Now where am I going to cook? That's what you're going to tell me. You decide where I cook. Doesn't matter how crazy, as long as it's legal. By a river, in the woods, on a mountain, doesn't matter. You pick the location, I have to figure out how to get it done. And figure out what equipment I need, what can I bring to that location, and I make an awesome meal just for you. I am just passing the intersection in New Hartford. I just passed Dunkin' Donuts on the right. We're about an 1/8 of a mile, 1/16 of a mile from my workshop. I'm turning on the camera a little bit earlier so that people from this area can see where my shop is. I wasn't going to cook at my shop for this first program, but I went to go cook in Goshen, and I had some problems there, had some technical difficulties, and it's looking like it could downpour any minute. So I just decided to cook at the workshop. I'm gonna end up cooking at the workshop at least once at some point anyway. Now I'm coming up on Wicket Street up here on the left. So right now we're on Route 44. And just as you're coming up on the little green here in Pine Meadow, the post office is actually right straight ahead where that red building is with the score at. It's a very small post office. You take a left onto Wicket Street. Alright, being very careful. If I'm not looking directly at the camera, it's because I'm driving. Let's face it, I'm going to have trouble looking directly at the camera anyway for a while. But this is the Janine building right here. My business is in the building as well as a whole bunch of other businesses. You go clockwise around the building like I'm doing right now, and you pull into the back where the what you call it? Loading dock. Wow. Where the loading dock is. And oh, it's actually really pretty here. Along the side is the Farmington River, and you can go fishing there. It's a really nice place. But then when you get back here, you have a dumpster. I would love, if I could afford it, to build a fence around this dumpster, because otherwise it would be really nice back here. All right, so I have arrived. This door right here is the entrance to my workshop. Watch for the finger. It's coming up. There it is right there. That's where you go in. And so we've arrived. I'll see you inside, and I'll unpack. I had everything packed up as if I was going into the middle of nowhere. So I'll still be cooking as if I'm cooking it on a mountaintop. But I will have the convenience of being at the workshop. So maybe that's a good thing. All right, so I will see you inside at the Problem Solvers Mentoring Workshop. If you missed anything on the food or equipment list, just go back and pause it. So this will be the equipment list. I've already given you a list of what equipment I'll be using. Pardon me for sweating. It is about 88 degrees in here and about 80%, 75 to 80% humidity. So even though I'm cooking at my workshop today and not out on a mountaintop, there are extreme conditions here. There is no running water anywhere near here. There's no kitchen. There's basically just a bench top, which could be the same as a picnic table. And that's all I'm using. Everything else is right here. So this is what would be in my backpack, coming along, the stove and the LP propane. If I was going on a trek way out in the mountains, I would have a smaller unit, but I would have to have a much smaller pan. The bigger the pan, the more BTUs you need to cook. So the first thing on the list is, of course, a stove. You can get actually a more portable one that is 30,000 BTUs online. If you want it, you want to know where to get it, you can contact me on Facebook, Problem Solvers Mentoring. Problem Solvers is a first name, mentoring is a last name, or on Instagram, Ronnie Manning, Manning. Also on Facebook, you can contact me on my personal page, Ronnie Manning, Torrington, Connecticut. So I need a burner, a hose. Don't need any of this, it just happens to be here. This is what I brought. So there's a bag for this and a bag for the food, the propane, and the burner. So this is what it looks like when I take it out. Now, if I wasn't using the 20-pound burner, I could be carrying one of these, or even smaller. Inside here is a little pouch that I made to keep it safe in case it gets bumped. There's a 1-pound propane tank. There's a 20-pound propane tank underneath. I'm just going to stick this under here. Okay. So it's already connected to a 20-pound tank because I'm at the workshop, but I could be connecting to a 1-pound tank too, or even a half-a-pound tank. I think they even make like a 1/3 pound, the really little ones. Okay, so there's water. Use that for deglazing and making stock with. That's everything out of the bag. All right. If I'm in a hurry, I apologize because it's so hot in here. I want to show you this, but I really want to get this out. Okay. I don't keep anything that doesn't need to be kept cool in my hot cold bag, which is right here. This is where the food is. So anything that's dry ingredients will also be in this bag. So I have some black pepper. Need those scissors to get that one, but they're right here. Black pepper, sesame seeds, good. Some cornstarch for the slurry. If you don't know what a slurry is, you will in a little bit. Got oil. This is canola oil. It's the water. Sesame seed, black pepper, cornstarch. A little bit of salt. This could also be in a little pouch too. I need this to cook with. This was also in there to light the fire with. This is a foil pouch. We'll know what that's for in a little while. This is a couple of a knife, a couple of forks, and a couple of spoons. This is paper towels, and also some extra foil in case I need it for something. You never know when you're going to use some extra foil. Okay, so I have a paper towel, some extra foil, some paper plates, this is not an absolute, but I like to check the temperature. This will check well, actually look, 91 degrees in this room right now. Let's see how much 98. Okay, I'm not too overheating, I guess. All right, but when you're cooking in a campfire especially, this is super light, it doesn't take up a lot of space. When I'm cooking over a burner like this, it's not an absolute, but if you're cooking over open flames, if you're cooking in a campfire with like a Dutch oven, absolutely need one of these. You can really skimp on a lot of things, but you need a good pot and you need one of these if you're going to cook on a fire. But that'll be for a different show. I have it, but we don't absolutely need it. We won't need it right now. And the pan. Very large saute pan. As big as you can get. When you have 30,000 BTUs, go for a really big pan. You can even use one even bigger than this. Oh, and some sanitizer. Alright, so we're going to turn on the heat. Let that start heating up. Now these are all the vegetables. I put them on and plated them on here. We have button mushrooms, snow peas, red onions, bok choy, bell pepper, and yellow squash. Now we're going to put some marinated chicken. It's chicken marinated in teriyaki. Put a little bit of, we're going to go sesame oil. About a teaspoon of sesame oil. We're going to put it in the pan.